So we're going to be on this stage in about 5 minutes. We've got a special guest, so do watch us. We've got the fabulous Peter Carter supporting us today. Oh, and I can see we nurses are just fabulous. So the theatre's filling up now. We're really getting excited. We're bigging it up for FabChangeDay at NHS Expo.
Change Day, but our first session is called FabChangeDay, so there's a slight change. Change Day is a unique social movement that started back in 2013, and it's seen hundreds of thousands of NHS and care staff making personal pledges to make one change to improve patient care, just one. But now Change Day has merged with Fab NHS staff to make FabChangeDay. Now this day is going to take place on the 19th of October, so make sure you jot that down and put it in your diaries. And to tell us more about that and to get you thinking about your individual contribution to that day, please welcome to the stage Roy Lilly and Dr. Terry Horrett. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. No, it's Roy Lilly. Right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, let's do that again. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Roy.
Let's see the intelligent side. Let's try the good-looking side. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Maybe it is this side. Let's try down here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
See, the private sector can always make more noise at the end. It's really nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming. What a fantastic exhibition this is. What a great time we're all going to have. Now look, I'm here to tell you, I should have that. Yeah, I don't do PowerPoint, as you know. I haven't done PowerPoint for years. The reason I don't do PowerPoint is if you watch people do PowerPoint, they always turn around and read it off the screen. And they always say things like, I'm sorry you can't read this at the back. I always want to say, you prat, why did you put it up in the first place if you know I can't read it? The reason I don't do it is I can turn around and then you can see I've got a ball patch. And I'm very sensitive about my ball patch. Do not mention my ball patch, right? What are you not to mention?
Ball patch.
That's correct, right. So, I don't want you to see I've got a ball patch, you see, so that's why I don't use PowerPoint. So I can't turn around and see the screen. Look, what I want to tell you about this morning, what I want to do is I'm going to make a confession. I want to make a confession. I'm going to tell you something that I don't think anybody really who's ever held a senior role in the NHS will tell you. I am here to tell you this morning that for most of my career, and I joined the NHS in 1974. I used to come to work with Florence Nightingale on a tandem. Since 1974, I have got almost everything I've done wrong. Stunned, aren't you? You would be. I have, I promise you, I've got almost everything I have ever done wrong. I've been in the NHS since the Griffiths report. A guy called Griffiths, he was a kind of Branson figure of his day, wrote a report about who actually was running the NHS. He said if Florence Nightingale came back to the NHS with her lamp, she'd wander through the corridors of the health service wondering who was in charge. And that was when we first got management introduced into the NHS. Then from there we went to the Thatcher reforms of the NHS, when we invented NHS Trust to give them some freedom about how they conducted their affairs. From there we went to the Blair reforms when we invented PCTs. Then of course we had the lunacy of Andrew Lansley, who's now locked up in the House of Lords, and rightly so, which has almost destroyed the NHS. And for all of those times when I've been around the NHS, I've been involved with them. I've been the person that's put the pins on the map. I've been the person that's moved the markers around the board. I've been involved in these big strategic changes. And what have I learned since 1974? What have I learned in nearly 40 years? I tell you what I've learned is none of them really changed anything. None of it's worked. A lot of it's caused a whole shitload of upheaval. They've all cost a fortune, but none of them have really worked. And I've been part of that. And I was wrong to be part of that. Because it took me until about 2 or 3 years ago to realize the only change that really matters, the only change that really sticks, the only change that really changes anything are the changes that come from the front line of healthcare. People doing the job. If you want to know how to do the job better, ask the people doing the job now. And they will tell you. They'll say, if only I could do this, we could get that. If I can only get that, we'd all get this. And I've learned that asking the front line of care what they change, what they would do better makes a whole shed load of difference. And do you know what else I've learned? I've learned that there are no small things. Dave Brassford talks about the aggregation of minor gains or something. He talks about small things. He's wrong. They're not small things. All the small things are big things. They are all big things. And they get even bigger if you can share them. Because if you're doing something where you work and you can figure out a better way of doing it, you can bet the farm that someone somewhere else in our fabulous NHS will have the same problem. They'll want to share it. So that's why we invented the Academy of Fabulous Stuff. And I have to say that when I called it the Academy of Fabulous Stuff, I was actually only having a laugh. But I thought, we called it the repository of NHS best practice and all that, But in the end I thought, no, I'll tell you what, I like the Academy of Fabulous Stuff. It kind of works. So we set up the Academy of Fabulous Stuff, and almost instantly it took off. Almost instantly we had to go out and buy bigger servers, get more people to help us, develop more software. And since we started nearly 2 years ago, we started on Valentine's Day, we've had 750,000 page views on the site. We have 4,000 a day, and 40 people like you, just like you, who come to work with a strong sense of vocation and belief in the health service. 40 people like you a week share their best practice. It's amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. I think that's worth it. Well done. So what have we learned? We've learned that the best ideas come from the front line. We've learned the way to do this is to say, do you know what? We can share it. And there is some management science around it. I suppose I've got to include the management science and I've got to do the PowerPoint. But it's something called positive deviance. And the way it works is that the people own the process. I just supply the website. I just supply the servers. I just supply the indexing. People themselves decide what to share. There's no guidance. There's no structure. There's no top-down requirement. If you think you've got a good idea, share it because you'll think it's a good idea and we can both do it. And if you both do it, then you'll do it and suddenly you have a forest fire of good practice. You own the process. It doesn't involve the Department of Health. It doesn't involve guidance. It doesn't involve anybody but you thinking, do you know what? We've done something and it works. And I'm going to share it. It's called positive deviance. We designed the website, but you designed the way in which you want to share it. We've got lots of wonderful anecdotes. We had one fantastic idea. I haven't got time to go into all the ideas, but we had one fantastic idea. We put it on the Academy. Put it on the Academy at 9 o'clock in the morning. They rang us up at lunchtime and they said, any chance you could take it down? And we said, why? And they said, well, we're just a GP practice and we've had 136 calls from all over the country wanting to know will they share it. We had the other day, a hospital put up a share, and on Twitter they said it went up at 8:30 in the morning and by 9:30 they'd had 16 hospitals ringing them up saying could they share it. We know it works. We know it works. And that's why we're going to make it bigger and we're going to make it better. And one of the ways that we want to feed in to the Academy of Fabulous Stuff is to work with Helen and the Horizon team at NHS England because they have the ownership of the fabulous NHS Change Day. Now NHS Change Day started as a social movement people at the front line, rather like us, saying, today we're going to make this one day of change. We will make one day of change. And it went through the NHS like a forest fire. And we've been we're very proud and very privileged to be asked to support NHS Change Day, because with the kind of system software that we've got and our reach, we can now turn NHS Change Day into a year of change. And here to tell you about Change Day and Fabulous Change Day and a new piece of software that we've developed to make it easier for you to share, will you please welcome, otherwise known as the Blonde, the fabulous Dr. Terry Porritt.
Thank you. Okay, for those of you that might think blonde, that's a bit kind of misogynist, you really shouldn't be saying that. In Fab NHS stuff, blonde stands for the B, big it up. We're bad at sharing, big up what we do. L, little things matter. O, take the opportunity we have through Change Day and through Fab NHS stuff to share good stuff. N is never underestimate the importance of what you do. D, be determined. We have to be determined every day at work to make things happen. Use that determination and share it. And the E in blonde, energize. By sharing your good stuff, you will energize the team at the hospital that you work in, but you will also energize other people who are stuck maybe 3 months behind you looking for a solution. So blonde isn't a misogynist term, it's not a hair colour, it's a state of mind. So, Fab Change Day. We have a huge legacy. From 2013, we have thousands and thousands of people who have pledged and have done fabulous things for Change Day. But evaluation from Helen and Horizon's team showed that actually dissemination of the fab changes that worked was a problem. That we weren't able to share widely the great things that people were doing locally. So our opportunity as Fab NHS staff is to use our resources on the website to disseminate and share the fabulous things that people are going to pledge to do for this year's Change Day. And this year we have an opportunity via a new app that has been developed for us very kindly by KPMG. And we also have the opportunity via this app to support people, because as Roy has said, this is a year of ideas into action. So the day itself is important, but you can pledge before Change Day and you can continue your work for up to a year. And through the mechanism on our website and through this app, we can communicate with people that are pledging. We can say, how are you getting on? It's been a month since you pledged. Do you need some help? We have a huge group of individual specialists in areas that will offer help. If you're getting stuck with statistics, if you don't know how to analyse, audit data that you've got, we can help you with that. So we're going to be in a dialogue with everybody that pledges for Change Day to actually empower and support them to see their change through. Because we all know change, you have this great excitement at the beginning, but change is messy in the middle. And that's where some people don't have the support that they need to make it a reality. So we're going to help with the messy middle. Roy's really good with messy middles. So we're going to help with the messy middle, and we're going to ensure that more people are able to change. So, Fab Change Day, stand 135, come and see the app.
The blonde, ladies and gentlemen, the blonde. So, now listen. It's stand 135. I want you to remember 135. You must visit 135 today. Or put your right hand in the air. Okay, give me a 1, give me a 3, give me a 5. Okay, where are we? 1, 3, 5. Let me see you do it. Forest of hands. 1, 3, 5.
Oh, someone's against the stage.
Someone's got a dyslexic hand over there. Right, let's try it again. Okay, here we go. All together. 1, 3, 5. We'll see you on stand 135. We promised you a secret guest. And the secret guest is here. I can't believe it, she's here. We are so lucky. It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big Manchester Conference welcome to the fabulous Chief Nurse! Yay!
So, morning everybody. Oh, come on, I heard you much louder than that for Roy. So come on, just give us a fabulous hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Excellent, excellent. It's always a bit of a worry actually when Roy introduces you because you're never completely sure what he's going to say. So I really wasn't sure what was going to come out, but thank you very much. And I am absolutely delighted and privileged to be here. I've worked with FabChangeDay and the Hubbies over the last 2 years, and I've also had the privilege of being going to the award ceremony that Terry and Roy put on around Fab stuff, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was completely different from everything I'd ever been to before. But the inspiration, the ideas, the thoughts, and what often were quite simple ideas into delivering some massive improvements was brilliant. So the reason I'm here today is to say, get behind FabChangeDay, make sure that everybody knows about it. Your frontline staff are the ones that have the ideas. When I launched Leading Change Adding Value in May of this year, which for those of you that don't know is the new nursing midwifery care staff framework, the whole point about that was around every single nurse, midwife and carer can actually make a really big difference. And for those of you in the audience that aren't nurses or aren't midwives or aren't healthcare support staff, that doesn't mean you're excused, because every single person that works in the health and care sector can make a difference. And what is brilliant about this idea and this app is that your ideas and those of your staff can be turned into action and shared and reported on and linked to Leading Change Adding Value and delivering real improvements with frontline care to our patients and people that we serve. So I want everybody to go to 135. I will be there myself later. No doubt I will be held by Roy and Terry to account for whatever I put in as my pledge. But please do that. Please support the 19th of October and use this as an opportunity to get out there, share the message, and actually work with everybody in your teams to really come up with those ideas that can make a real difference to patients, to their families and carers, and also to staff. Because if we look after our staff, we have a better outcome for our patients, and we should never ever forget that our staff are our biggest asset, and by looking after them and supporting them and encouraging them and enabling them, we can make a real difference. So I'm really pleased to be here. I was only given 2 minutes to speak, and so I'm now going to stop and hand back to lovely Roy, Lily and Terry. Thank you very much.
Chief Nurse, ladies and gentlemen. Okay guys, let's come down to the bottom of the stage please. Are you ready? Are you ready guys? Here we go. Cue the music.
Please look on the right side of life.
You can come and join in if you like. Come and join in.
So's mine. You got to join in. Come on, Chief Nurse.
If life is jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's the laugh and song and dance and sing. When you're feeling a dance, happy so it counts. Just burst your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life.
Oh, great start to the day. I wasn't expecting that. It was very showbiz, guys. Well done. Jane, Roy and Terry, thank you so much.